when you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Sooner Nation and Gaylord family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. As we'll see, the number 11 team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on a team from the Big 12, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And the Canes will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it out. It's Kearney. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll move the wide receiver. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He couldn't get it to the corner as this defense opening things up with a big play.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
He's got an open man. And he's dragged down. The Sooners racing to the line in the hurry-up. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. And he needed 1 yard, and he didn't get it. The defense won the battle up front.
Timeout, Miami.
They are backing up their pregame words. Their first drive of the game, 4th down in their own end, and they're going for it. He'll pitch it. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49, a big pickup there.
There are not a lot of head coaches that I think are willing on their opening drive to go for it on 4th down, especially in that kind of field position. But this head coach ain't scared. He believes in his running back. He believes in his offensive line to go pick it up, and that's exactly what they did.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Makes a connection. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. And the Sooners look to keep this drive humming. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Sategna. Inside the 15. Out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score. The Sooners pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Leaves it with the back. They get him in the backfield, and he loses 3 on the play. They tried to run the counter, but absolutely nothing doing.
And those counter plays take a little longer to develop. Sometimes you're usually pulling 1 or 2 guys, and that penetration in the backfield can kill you. Can get to the running back before you.
And the ball is free on the pitch. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
And the defense did everything right against that option play. They got to the quarterback. They forced him to keep it. Not only do they create the fumble, but they jump on it behind the line of scrimmage. That is just perfect option defense.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. The give to the tailback. Still on his feet at the 35. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there.
This running back in the Miami backfield is deadly because of his speed. He's so elusive. You get the feeling like he could score any single time he has the ball. He gives the offense a lot of balance, but he gives them that home run ability too.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. Got the 1st down and still on his feet. At the 35, he's loose. Seizing that open space, an opportunity all the way inside the red zone. They'll mark it at the 19.
We've seen it from this running back, too. There's a lot of ways he can make you miss. Bottom line, this defense has to do a better job game tackling.
Yeah, just hard to bring down. Just physical, runs through people. This is a guy that defenses hate playing against, and you see why. So many yards after contact.
Grab behind the line. It's Daniels. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
And that's why, as a defense, you can stay in your base personnel because of that linebacker. You don't have to substitute DBs to take on these receivers out in space. This linebacker is quick, he's athletic, and he is outstanding tackling people in the open field.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? You've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. Looking to throw, it's Beck. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Really nice third down sub defense there that time. It's third and long. They're expecting pass. And they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback. Now forcing the incompletion, setting up fourth.
And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Kearney. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. Ball security going to be paramount this time, Jesse.
Yeah, and sense of urgency, too. They're trailing in this game right now. The turnover wasn't great, so David, they really got to be able to put something positive together on this drive.
Put something positive together, be aggressive, but don't be reckless. Can't have any more of those turnovers.
They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37. Wants to go up top on first down. Looking downfield. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football.
And I know it wasn't successful there, but you can go back to last week. Like, they're going to throw this man the football. They find creative ways to get him the ball. Really good coaches get their playmakers the ball in space, and that's what I like about this offense. I bet they come back to him and find a way to throw him the football some more.
Looking downfield, it's Mateer. He's got him this time. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. Guys, Oklahoma's transition to the SEC in 2024 taught them a lesson that you might be able to get by at times without offensive consistency, but you won't thrive. So what kind of pressure, David, is the new guy under center under?
A lot of pressure, but obviously the experience, the transfer over. He was the top guy at that spot in the transfer portal. You bring in a new offensive coordinator, new weapons around him, so a revamped new Oklahoma offense. They're hoping they will match their defense, and those wins will go up and up and up.
And as an offense, you want to stay aggressive. You want to keep calling these downfield shots. I know you didn't complete that one, but you want to send a clear message. You're trying to take the top off this defense. You keep calling downfield shots. You soften up the coverage. You get those safeties playing deep. That's going to open up your running game later on.
The Sooners will hustle to the line. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the quarterback goes down, but there is a penalty marker right at the line of scrimmage, and this may go against the defense. How aggressive might this play call be on third and short from the 46? Quarterback will keep it. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. Can you believe this? The offense is going for it on fourth down. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And the Sooners will bring the punt team onto the field. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He makes the fair catch, and they'll spot the ball at the 18. Got it behind the line. It's Johnson. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to throw. It's back. Makes the grab. Turning it on. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. Hitting on transfer portal quarterbacks can be tricky. Certainly Miami did so with Cam Ward a season ago. And Jesse, they're hoping to keep it going with Carson Beck.
They want the Carson Beck version from 2023. At the end of that season, after winning the Orange Bowl, a lot of people thought Carson Beck would end up being the first pick of the NFL draft. 2024 was a bit more up and down. They need him to play well each and every week. He's playing, remember, behind Cam Ward. He's got a very, very big shoes to fill, but no doubt he is the key for Miami's success.
They'll have to hustle if they want to get off another snap before the end of the period. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So first down here as they go back to work. They're going to go right back to him on first down.
Defensively, with all the space now and spread football, there's so many opportunities where it's one-on-one tackling, and it's really hard to do. It's hard to get guys to the ground that are so talented. That's why defenses have to swarm to the football, get multiple guys there. That's your best chance to not have broken tackles.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
And the Canes will snap it on 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. Looking downfield on first down. Looking left. The short hands. It's Bauman. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
All right, second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's back. Unloads to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Running into the open space. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
Well, he does a really nice job buying time, and I love the awareness there, understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, and he's able to use his athleticism to get that first down.
Snags it, and he will score. Touchdown, Miami.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Kearney. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. Got a man. It's Sategna. Gets it across the 25. He'll step out at the 26 as this offense tries to grind out some yardage. The Sooners can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Oh, he's got a chance. It's a fumble on the play.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job with ball security.
Looking downfield, it's Mateer. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Now the play fake. Throwing right. Got him downfield. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. The Sooners have their offense in high gear. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's Gibson. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. And the Sooners moving quickly to the line. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Grab near the sticks. It's Gibson. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. New set of downs after the completion. Sends it back in motion. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Not much room. A pickup of 2 down to the 28. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. With the catch, it's Barnes. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Quickly out to the tight end. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Dropping back, it's Mateer. Looking for the score. Touchdown Sooners. Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
Wants to go up top. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
I love the coverage by the defense right here. Great job getting up in their space. Nothing easy down here for a 2-point conversion. The interception was just great.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. From the wide receiver. He'll They'll start this drive going to the air. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You've got to give your QB some time. You've got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Here comes the heat. Quickly complete. Still on his feet at the 40. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Defense showing blitz. Will they bail out of it? Looking for room. It's Springle. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
The defense is able to finally stop this guy, but he has been on fire. We're only in the second quarter, and he has been absolutely lighting it up in this one. Nice job that time, defense, but you know this guy's going to get a lot more carries.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. To the air, it's Beck. Fires to the wideout. Got his man on the right. There he goes. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
The inside handoff. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Looking to scramble. Got his man. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Man, listen, you get zone coverage and you can hit that curl route and he comes open continually. Keep hitting it. This might be a play to come back to.
To the air on 1st down. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown, Canes. A great catch and run for 6.
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
And the extra point is good. He'll bring it out. It's Kearney. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Might be changing the route. Back to pass, it's Mateer. Looking for a huge play. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots, so they're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Makes the grab along the sidelines, but it'll be a little short of the first down. The Sooners are in the hurry-up. Wants to throw on 3rd. The quick out. Powers through the defender. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing.
Great job by the running back here on that 3rd down catch. There was no wasted movement. As soon as he got the ball in his hands, he turned around and he got upfield. That's what you got to do. You got to be decisive on these 3rd down type plays to move the sticks.
Dances away to buy time. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Finds a tight end. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. And here comes the offense on second down. To the air, it's Mateer. Right down the middle. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
Crosses to 35. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his speed as he moves those sticks. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
In most instances, I would say really, really nice decision by the quarterback. But when you've got speed like this guy has, I think you'd sometimes, instead of throwing it away, would like to see him take off and see if he can go make something with his feet.
Might be calling a hot route. Got his man downfield. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business.
Really nice awareness that time, getting out of bounds and saving 6 seconds on the clock. You're in field goal range here, so you've got maybe time for one more quick completion, get out of bounds, or if you're not going to kick the field goal, you've got time for one more shot into the end zone.
From the gun, the ground game. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. They'll immediately call timeout. And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. The kicker will try to punch one through from 41 yards away. Never a doubt. And they'll trot off to the locker room after the field goal to close the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. And the Sooners will kick it away to crank up the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
You just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
To the air. It's back. He'll throw it. Quick completion on the out. He navigates some traffic, steps out of bounds at the 27 as this offense tries to get something going. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
It'll bounce out of bounds, and they'll spot it at the 40. Sooners ready to go on offense. Leaves it with the back. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They'll send the back in motion. Back to pass on second down. Got it in the middle. It's Gibson. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains. The Sooners in the hurry-up.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Wants to throw on first down. Buys a little time with his feet. He throws back to the left side. Hits him in stride inside the 10. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And the defense tried to cheat a little space and get in that neutral zone, but it's still first and goal. Trying to pound their way in. And he's brought down at the line of scrimmage, and the ball will stay at the 2. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. They'll run it to the left looking for the end zone. And he gets nothing. And this defense is not giving an inch right on the goal line. And they can't make the connection on third down, but hold everything. There is a flag. Let's see what that's about. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Third and goal, where you separate the wheat from the chaff. Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to fire it in the end zone on third and goal. He wants it all. And the incomplete pass on third down, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's about. So he just lost track of where the line of scrimmage was. The illegal forward pass will wave off the play. Penalty will be accepted. It's fourth down, and they'll try the field goal. And this one is perfect. That'll cut this lead down to 5. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, back to your game in a moment, but first we have to show you how the script is being written here. Florida State is currently ahead in this one, but unlike the days when Bobby Bowden walked the sidelines, this has not been a blowout today in Tallahassee. They're up by a field goal over Michigan. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
They're dealing with a second and long. Looking to throw, it's back. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
The Sooner fans booming. A cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Prairie on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got the quick pass. At the 45, on his way. There he goes. He's at the touchdown Hurricane. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Well, when you've got a quarterback that has this type of ability, there's no question what your strategy is going to be week in, week out, right? They want to throw the football. They want to hurt you with their ability to push it downfield through the air. 3 passing TDs in this one already.
Miami, 24, Oklahoma.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Kearney. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. And bottom line, when plays present themselves, you just simply got to make them.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. To the air, it's Mateer. Fires to the big fella. Out of bounds at the 27-yard line, and this offense needed a play like that. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
The Sooners headed quickly to the line.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. And the Sooners will have it 1st and 10.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. The option look. Rides the back on the option to give. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Quickly to the tight end. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down.
Well, offensively, they knew they were going to have some matchups they could take advantage of in this one, and all of a sudden, this quarterback has now over 300 yards passing in the game. Defensively, David, he has got them on their heels.
And he's been showing you a little bit of everything. He can throw it all over the field to all different receivers, to his tight ends, to his running backs. Really has the ability to spread it around, and now over 300 yards.
Oh, he's got some space. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up. The Sooners will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
And lost ground on 1st down. Now 2nd and goal from the 5. The run up the middle, looking for the score. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Still some work to do here on 3rd and goal from the 3. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half.
Timeout, Miami.
And here they come to give it another shot on 3rd and goal from the 3. He'll ride his man on the option. He'll pitch it. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Great job by the back on the option.
Well, I know it's early this season, but it's obvious already. This guy is a major weapon in this offense. Had 2 touchdowns in his first game. He's now on the board right now. What a difference maker and a playmaker he's going to be this season for this offense.
Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, and the defense comes up with the stop, and you just wonder, the analytics world and all that stuff, that whatever the card says to do, you're supposed to do. I wonder if they were listening to that card.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Marion. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Wants to throw. It's Beck. Makes the grab. It's Fletcher. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. The Hurricanes want to pick up the tempo. We've been treated to an aerial show by these 2 guys so far as you check out their numbers. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Using his feet to buy time. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Hits the accelerator to the right. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. They send the tight end in motion. D showing blitz. They might be bluffing. Wide receiver going in motion. With jet sweep pass. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Back to throw, it's Beck. Under fire. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. In the middle, it's Bauman. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
Man, did the defense need the stop. Great job getting the third down stop. They needed to force a punt. They got to get their offense the football back so they have a chance in this football.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Miami!
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
Looking to throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Pringle. He's into the end zone for the 2 and extends the lead.
I like it. Nice execution. Catch the football. Get it out of your hand. Nice rhythm, nice timing for that 2-point conversion.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Comes the Oklahoma offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills, and they've got it at the receiver position. So if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
They'll ride the hot hand. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Oh, that move is going to leave them dizzy.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. Quarterback making checks. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I think at this point of the game now in the second half, down by as many points as they are, it's going to be really hard for the offense to sprinkle in the run. They tried it there. It didn't work. I think you got to be thinking about the passing game now and start trying to identify playmakers out on the perimeter of the field that can get you back in this game.
It seems so inviting to try to get the ball outside, but this defense is so fast you just end up running sideways.
And when you don't have any misdirection or something else to look at before you pitch that ball on the perimeter, a lot of times those guys can play even faster. They can see it right now. Those safeties fly up, those corners fly up, outside backers fly up, and get in the play immediately.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Burks. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down.
Look, it's a nice gain, but I don't know if it's worth the seconds they're losing on the game clock. In this type of situation, you got to be throwing at least to the 1st down markers, or you got to be throwing to the sidelines to get out of bounds.
Complete out of the backfield. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
Well, there's the advantage of having versatility at the running back position. On 4th down, everybody in the stadium is expecting if you throw it, it's probably going to a receiver or tight end. But because of his ability to catch the football, he makes a huge play for this offense and keeps the drive alive.
The short hands. It's Gibson. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback be going the other direction.
Caught near the sticks. It's Burks. He's there to make the stop, and not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. And the Sooners, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Now he's going to break the pocket. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
You love that decision if you're the head coach. You're trying to throw it in the end zone. Nothing's there. Good job by the quarterback, tucking it and running and just getting what he can get.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. On the move. And you race it to the house. Touchdown Sooners!
And that sure feels like too little, too late. This offense, they needed to score and execute faster, but there's not enough time to me, man. This feels like this one's over.
He's in there for the 2-point conversion, and now they're just down 6. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive. Lining up for the onside kick, just a few seconds to play, and they will need a miracle. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground, and most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation.